if you're deep diving the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively situation, like so many of us are, I want you to take this as an opportunity to be really critical of the way that you consume media that is made by men who have specifically aligned themselves with feminist or women's issues, because that is what Justin has done throughout his career. And I think specifically we can point to his podcast, Man Enough, or even this movie as moments in time where Justin tried to align his brand with feminist issues, women's issues, and painting himself essentially as a guy who gets it, a guy who understands, a guy who is working through his internalized misogyny, who's breaking down the patriarchy. He really presented himself as this man who got it, right? But in reality, most of these men who claim space in a feminist space or a women's issues space online, so like we're talking social media, podcasts, movies, whatever it might be, specifically aligning themselves to women's issues and feminist issues and profiting off of. I think that's a really important part of this. So many of them are profiting off of women's issues. And so it's really interesting as a person who talks a ton about domestic inequities and the issues that so many women face. So many women will send me videos of men and they'll say, this guy gets it. This guy's fighting the good fight. This guy, he understands. But so often, if you watch that guy's content enough and you start to understand their business model enough, you'll realize that their ultimate goal really is just to profit off the struggles of women. It's to profit off of what women are going through. It is not to actually be better men or to break down these issues or to change the dynamics. Like, they are really in it for themselves. And I just want us to be much more critical as we go into the new year, but just in general, as we consume media made by these types of men. Because there might be this man who you're like, I love him, like he talks about all the right things, like he's a guy who totally gets it. But when you really go a layer deeper, when you really analyze the situation, oftentimes these men are just like Justin Baldoni. On the surface, they seem great. They seem to be in the fight with us, when in reality, we still need to be very weary of these men, especially when they are profiting off of it.